Hey everybody, Smart Silver Stacker here. Today is Sunday, September 25th, 2022, and as we wrap up this weekend and get ready to head into the Monday trading session, it's looking like there may be some pain ahead of us here in the markets. Things are starting to look kind of ugly, and I hesitate to make any real specific predictions or try to time the market, but I would not be surprised if tomorrow, Monday, we get some kind of a big Black Monday sell-off. And of course, the probability of any specific Monday being a Black Monday sell-off is pretty low. And I tend not to be somebody who tries to time markets. But when you look at the market action that we had this past week, it does look like things are about to get pretty ugly. We had the Fed coming out with their 75 basis point rate hike to the federal funds rate. But more than that, the language that we saw out of the Fed was very hawkish, and it seems as though, at least for the time being, the Fed is content to allow markets to drop further without intervening in any kind of a significant way. And while I don't believe that in the long term that's going to be the case, in the short term it certainly could be. And I had commented towards the end of the week in a few videos that I viewed the pullback that we've seen in precious metals as a buying opportunity. And while I do think that is the case, I still continue to view metals as being highly undervalued at today's prices. I have not actually taken advantage of the drop yet because it does seem like there is just some significant risk of things dropping a lot more before they hit the bottom. Now, I don't know if that'll really be the case with physical precious metals, because if we do see a big sell-off, say in the paper price of gold or silver, it's likely that the premiums on the physical products are going to rise to meet that, because everybody's going to go out and try to snap up some bullion. And I've been shopping around this week and taking a look at what's available in the physical market, and it seems like things are getting pretty tight. A lot of listings on many of the major online dealers are out of stock, and premiums are certainly up. I mean, if you want to buy an American Gold Eagle right now, you're going to be paying, it seems like, about $1,800, and that's with a spot price that is well under $1,700. So even premiums on gold bullion products are getting considerably higher than the historical norm at this point. I think that's a sign that people are looking for the safety of physical bullion. They're willing to pay those premiums. And, when you look at what happened over the past week, we had a major sell-off in stocks, a really hawkish Fed. The yield on a 10-year treasury has been creeping steadily towards 4%. And you got to remember that when the yield on the bonds is going up, that means that bonds are selling off. And the higher that yield gets, the less liquid that debt market becomes. And that could be a real problem because a lot of the U.S. national debt is financed by short-term treasuries. They have to be rolled over on a regular basis. And if we see that 10-year yield spike up and the yield on treasuries spike up, that's going to lead to a drastically higher debt service cost for the national debt. So that's a real problem as well. I just think that at this point, it's probably wise to keep some powder dry. I mean, maybe take advantage of the pullback that we've already seen and grab some bullion. But like I said, I have not done that yet. It's tempting because I do think these prices represent a really good opportunity. But again, the risk just seems to be that there could be a major sell-off coming very soon. And so I think it's wise to be cautious here. Now, just because assets are falling, I mean, I wouldn't consider selling any of my gold or silver or related paper assets like mining stocks anywhere near these prices. I'm definitely a strong hand when it comes to that. But adding to positions at this point might be a little bit premature because we may see some even greater bargains on the way very soon. So this is just a bit of a cautionary video. Of course, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a guy on YouTube. But as far as I'm concerned, the risk may outweigh the reward right now. Now, I never think it's a bad time to add to physical positions, because ultimately, in the long run, I think that the dollar is basically toast from the course that we're on. But I do think that it may have a little life left in it yet, and we may see the US dollar index continue to rise, other assets continue to sell off in the weeks ahead. And, when will they hit a bottom? Well, that's going to be hard to say. I mean, I'll keep you updated with my thoughts, of course. I'll be putting out videos on a regular basis, as I always do. But right now, even though we've had this pullback and the current prices may be tempting, I do think just a little bit of caution and, keeping some cash on hand may be the wiser course than just going out and stacking metal at this point. And I know that's not something you hear from me very often. Typically, when the metals are in the red, I like to go ahead and just make a small purchase and add to my physical positions, but haven't done that yet. So let me know what you think about the week that is coming up ahead. How do you think the economy is going to go? How do you think markets are going to react? What do you think will be the bottom for this sell-off that we're seeing? Are we there yet? You think markets are about to reverse, or is there a lot more pain ahead? Leave me a comment below to let me know what you think. I always love to hear what you have to say, and thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Smart Silver Stacker, out.